Incident at a US airport. Jungkook cries in Jimin's arms and says something shocking. Los Angeles, 8:43 a.m. local time. The world stopped for a few seconds. Amidst the crowd at Los Angeles International Airport's international arrivals, hundreds of eyes witnessed a moment they would never forget. Jungkook, the youngest BTS member, suddenly lowered his head, wiped his tears, and hugged Park Jimin, his best friend and bandmate, tightly. But it wasn't the hug that shook the world. A faint sentence from his lips, caught softly by witnesses, shocked not just fans, but the global entertainment industry. "I'm afraid this is the last time we'll be like this," he said quietly. Is this a sign of farewell? Or the beginning of something far greater? The moment occurred just 2 minutes after Jimin arrived via an unannounced commercial flight. No special escort, no press conference, not even a confirmation from the usually well-organized management. Just 2 BTS members meeting in public under minimal security. But what seemed simple became the focus of international media, especially after Jungkook's facial expression revealed overwhelming emotional pressure he could barely conceal. Jungkook's statement, captured by an anonymous airport staff member, was more than just an emotional line. It was delivered in a calm voice, without dramatics, and that's what made it hit even harder. "I'm afraid this is the last time we'll be like this." One sentence was enough to crush the hopes of millions of ARMY, BTS fans around the globe. What did Jungkook mean? Why did the moment feel like a farewell when it was supposed to be a reunion? According to trusted sources in South Korea's music industry, this meeting wasn't random. Jungkook and Jimin reportedly came to Los Angeles as part of a highly confidential internal agenda involving all BTS members. Reports say RM, Jin, Suga, J-Hope, and V are also in or scheduled to arrive in the US around the same time to attend a closed meeting for a major project. Yet, as of this moment, there is no public statement explaining the emotional weight behind the meeting. Before flying to the US, Jungkook and Jimin were seen at a small restaurant in Cheongdam-dong, Seoul. According to a server working then, the atmosphere was far from friendly or relaxed. They barely spoke, only exchanged heavy looks. Jungkook said, "I'm not ready if this is the end." This statement strengthens the idea that the airport moment wasn't just a fleeting emotion, but the buildup of pressure and a major decision looming over them. Pop culture observers and entertainment industry analysts link this situation to BTS's critical transition period, especially as members near the end of their military service. Jin and J-Hope, currently enlisted, reportedly received special permits, and Suga is said to be present in a limited capacity. This points to the urgency of the closed-door meeting held at an exclusive Malibu mountain villa, a location previously used by HYB for high-level strategic decisions. But why did the meeting trigger such an extreme emotional reaction from Jungkook? Some experts note that Jungkook, as the youngest and one of BTS's main pillars, carries immense expectations from the public, fans, and the industry. In an interview with Japan's GQ magazine 2 weeks ago, Jungkook said, "There are things I can't say now, but my heart feels heavy." That comment is now seen as an early sign of deep emotional strain. Jimin's response was equally striking. He simply stared at Jungkook during the hug, then gently patted his shoulder without a word. Jimin's blank expression is seen as a signal that even he isn't ready to face what's being discussed internally. Some analysts say Jungkook's tears and Jimin's silence suggest a far more serious conversation than the public has imagined. The moment also sparked intense reactions on social media. One viral comment read, "Jungkook's words sound like a goodbye." Another wrote, "If this is just a reunion, why does it feel like an emotional funeral?" This was reinforced by BTS's official account posting a photo of the gray Los Angeles sky with the caption, "When time meets memories." Without any context, the post was seen as part of a bigger and sadder narrative. Meanwhile, speculation about BTS announcing their final project is growing. Several international media outlets, including Variety and the Korea Herald, have mentioned the possibility that this meeting marks the start of a final album, farewell concert, or closing documentary for BTS. While nothing is certain, all signs point to a major shift. Could this be the end of the BTS era as we know it? Amid this uncertainty, the public can only interpret the pieces of events happening. But one thing is clear. The incident at Los Angeles airport has opened a window to emotions rarely seen from Jungkook. Normally composed, Jungkook showed his humanity openly. Not with big words or a press conference, but with a hug, tears, and a single heartbreaking sentence. Professor Lee Hyunjin of the Seoul Institute of Cultural Studies said, "An artist as big as Jungkook would not show such deep emotions in public unless something truly shook him. This indicates an internal crisis deeper than typical work stress." He added that the K-pop industry structure is undergoing major upheaval due to many senior artists considering new career transitions or disbandment as part of corporate restructuring. Now, all eyes are on BTS. Will they return in full formation with new energy, or was that airport moment a silent farewell marking the final chapter of a legend? No one can say for sure. But Jungkook's tears and Jimin's demeanor have delivered a message louder than official statements. One thing is certain. The world will never forget the moment Jungkook looked at Jimin and said, "I'm afraid this is the last time we'll be like this." And behind all the speculation, one question remains unanswered. Is this merely a pause or an ending? After a comprehensive review of the events at Los Angeles International Airport, a fundamental question arises. What really happened behind Jungkook and Jimin's emotional embrace? Was this an authentic moment reflecting internal tensions within BTS? Or was it part of a strategically designed scenario to evoke emotion and generate global media attention? We must ask, were Jungkook's grief and touching words the result of unbearable personal and professional pressure? Or were they part of a carefully constructed narrative for publicity? The fact that this moment was captured in such a short window yet spread widely within hours raises suspicion about the speed of information distribution. Who first shared the clip? Where did the voice recording come from? Who benefits from making it public? The circulating information stems from various sources not directly verified by professional institutions. Some originated from platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and personal Twitter accounts. These contents deliver emotionally stirring narratives, showing Jungkook seemingly overwhelmed by sorrow, strengthening the notion that the moment was not coincidental. But in the digital information era, what seems authentic can be the result of editing, exaggerated interpretation, or subtle visual and narrative manipulation. We must ask, has the public become a victim of sophisticated and massive information engineering? Are we being fed stories designed to create the illusion of emotional connection to maintain the relevance of a global entertainment entity? If so, to what extent are people aware that their emotions can be used to manipulate opinion, trends, even market consumption? In this post-truth era, objective truth often loses to narratives that stir public emotion. The airport incident could be a deeply personal and spontaneous moment, or it could be part of a strategic branding mechanism where emotion and drama are effective tools to generate massive audience engagement. Are we witnessing reality or a carefully curated illusion? It is important to note that there is still no concrete evidence officially verifying Jungkook's statement as reported by social media. No visual or audio confirmation has been released by sources with high journalistic credibility. The sentence, "I'm afraid this is the last time we'll be like this," is known only from an anonymous source. Is one quote from one individual enough to create a global narrative? If he really said it, why is there no direct recording that can be forensically validated? We do not deny the possibility that this event truly occurred and reflects deep emotional tension. However, as an intelligent public, we must position ourselves as skeptical observers, not victims of beautifully packaged narratives lacking solid factual substance. Have you, as a reader, ever asked yourself, why did this moment spread so quickly? Why was social media the only dominant medium for its distribution? And why has there been no official clarification confirming or denying the event? Critical reflection is needed. Are we witnessing a turning point in BTS history, or is this a result of narrative construction by mass communication forces to maintain public attention on a global brand in transition? Isn't it very possible that every move by major artists like BTS, including tears and hugs, has become part of a larger stage? Moreover, we must consider the possibility that mass fan reactions only amplified the desired viral effect by those behind the information. Social media has become the main tool in shaping public perception. When millions of fans share the same content without verification, the narrative gains social validation, though not necessarily factual validity. We offer no final conclusions. Instead, we invite you to process and reassess this information independently. Are you convinced that Jungkook crying in Jimin's arms was a real moment rooted in emotion and honesty?